This is going to be the best deck in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel Synchro event. What's going on, guys? My name is Susu from HeadtoHead Battles, and in today's episode, we're going to be taking a deep dive into one of my favorite Synchro decks, and it got even better in the Synchro Event Festival. If you guys like content like this, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment. Hit that notification bell down below and comment down below if you agree with my card choices or if you agree or disagree with anything that I say in this video. If you guys need any more help with the deck, I highly recommend you to join our Discord. I'll have all the links down in the description box down below. And if you guys need the smaller nuances or like kind of the combo lines for the deck, head over to twitch.tv/headtoheadbattles where we do live stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. All right, guys. So without further ado, let's get straight into this deck profile and figure out this damn combo line. All right, so the deck that we're looking at today is actually Virtual Worlds with some extra spice. Okay, so let's quickly go over our hand trap lineup and our going second cards, and then kind of take a deeper dive into our main board. All right, so for the hand traps, we are running 3 Maxis. Maxi is really good, especially in a combo deck, because if we are going second, we want to draw as many cards as possible, especially cards like Psy-Frame Gear Gamma. So this card is really good in conjunction with cards like Qualoon or Pot of Desires. If they decide to Ash the cards that I need to resolve, Gamma will really get us there. All right, so the next card we are playing is Triple Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring for obvious reasons. If you are playing against another Synchro player and they summon Junk Speeder, you Ash Junk Speeder ASAP. All right. Next, for our kind of going second cards, we are maining 3 Lightning Storms. True Dracos didn't get that big of a hit, so unironically, we're going to be running into a lot of True Dracos. So I think main boarding Lightning Storm is going to be really powerful. All right, so into our kind of our Virtual World lineup, we are playing 2 Virtual World Hime Nian Nians. Nian Nian is really good because it can special itself as a tuner when you normal or special another level 3 monster onto the field. This card is really important for the final combo, which we will be going over at the end of the video. All right, next we're playing Virtual World Mai Hime Lulu. This is probably your best card, and Lulu plus Qualoon is full combo anyways. This card reads: if this card is in your hand, you can target a Virtual World card that you control. Hopefully it is Chuche. You can send 1 Virtual World card of a different type, monster, spell, or trap from your deck to the graveyard, and if you do, you can add to your hand the 3rd type. So if you're activating the monster effect targeting a trap, you can send a spell and then add a monster to your hand, so it's really powerful. Next, we're playing Virtual World GG. GG basically says if this card is in my hand, I can target a Virtual World card that I control, send 1 Virtual World card of a different type, monster, spell, or trap from the one I targeted from deck to the graveyard, and if I do, I can special summon this card. Now, if you resolve that effect at the end phase, you can add back the Lulu in your graveyard back to your hand, effectively giving you follow-up, okay? Next, we're playing Virtual World Roshi Lao Lao. Lao Lao is really good. All the Virtual World cards read the same in the first line in terms of targeting and sending a card of a different type. This card is really good because when you special summon this, you can special summon a GG, and then if you've dumped the Nian Nian early in the combo, you can summon the Nian Nian to your field as well, effectively becoming like a monster reborn for 2, which is really powerful. All right. Next, we're playing Virtual World Kirin Lili. Lili is basically a Foolish Burial for 2, which does come up especially if you need to discard a King Long and a Chuche when you target a monster with this card for the follow-up and for, you know, kind of the important piece to the end board. All right. Next, we're playing 1 Destrudo the Lost Dragon's Frizzen. Yeah, so this card is really cool because when you dump it into the graveyard or it's in your hand, you can pay half your life points and then target a monster, which we're going to be targeting a level 3, and then as you know, this is a level 7, but it will reduce its level by the monster that you target, which is going to be 3, effectively turning it into a 4, and this is going to be really prominent because we are going to be trying to get into a Baron de Fleur, which is really important, okay? Next, we're playing 1 Foolish Burial. This card is simply for you dumping that Destrudo, effectively giving you 2 copies of Destrudo in your deck, which is really important, okay? Next, we're playing Triple Pot of Desires. I think Pot of Desires is still a really good card. It's not a card that you resolve early into your combo, but generally a card that you resolve after your combo is over to give you more card advantage in your hand. The next card that we're playing is Virtual World City Qualoon. Lulu and Qualoon should get you full combo if you play correctly. This card, all you really need to know is that it will place Virtual World Chuche onto your board, which is really, really powerful and generally what you're using it for. Next, Virtual World Gate Kinglong. This card says, I can banish one Virtual World card from your graveyard, then target one face-up monster on the field to negate its effects until the end of this turn, which that effect is not the one that we are using it for. The effect that we really need is, you can banish this card from your graveyard, add one Virtual World monster from your deck to your hand, and then send one card from your hand to the graveyard. So even if you draw the Destrudo, you can use Kinglong to add you a monster and then pitch you the Destrudo to, you know, sort of even out that card advantage. Okay, next we're playing 2 Call by the Graves because, you know, we do lose to Ash and stuff, and if we don't draw the Gammas but we do draw the Call by the Graves, we're still playing the game, which is really nice. We're playing Virtual World Gate Chuche. This card basically says, I can target one face-up card on the field, shuffle 2 of your banished Virtual World cards with different names from each other into the deck, and then destroy that card. We're going to be using both effects because both effects are really important. The second effect reads, I can banish this card from my graveyard, then target a Virtual World monster that I control, increase or decrease its level by 3 until the end of the turn, which is really, really important, okay? The last card that we're playing is Virtual World Gate Zhan Wu. This is basically a monster reborn, but you do need to discard a card for you to be able to use it, and you cannot activate it if you have no cards in your hand. All right, so let's move over into our extra deck. Realistically speaking, we only need 12 slots. That's why I just threw in like 3 N synchros that we really are never going to use. So let's go over into our combo pieces. We're playing Stardust Charge Warrior. When this card is synchro summoned, I can draw 1 card. Pretty simple. And then especially if you're trying to go into Zolkin and you don't have a spell or trap, this card will, you know, hopefully draw you that spell or trap. But generally speaking, you know, the way the deck is built, you should be chilling most of the time. Next, we're playing Coral Dragon. This card says, once per turn, you can discard 1 card, then target 1 card your opponent controls it and destroy it. A great effect, but the effect that we're really looking at is, if this Synchro Summon card is sent from the field to the graveyard, I can draw 1 card, and you're generally doing that with Zolkin, okay? Next, we're playing Virtual World Beast Jui. This card says, it cannot be destroyed by battle or card effect while you have 2 or more monsters in your graveyard with the same original type and attribute but different names. And then you can banish 2 monsters from your graveyard with the same original type and attribute but different names, and target 1 card on the field and send it to the graveyard. So if you have a monster on the field that your opponent made that you cannot destroy, you can make Jui to send that card, which is really powerful. Next, we're playing 1 Psyframe Lord Omega because we are playing the Gamma package, so it's definitely a mainstay. This card says, once per turn during the main phase, you can banish both this face-up card from the field and 1 random card from your opponent's hand face-up until your next standby phase. So if you do end up gammaing your opponent, you can effectively rip another card out of their hand, okay? Next, we're playing 1 Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. This is basically a monster negate, and it negates activations and destroys upon negation. And also, this card says, if this card battles an opponent's level 5 or higher monster during damage calc, this card gains attack equal to the current attack of the opponent's monster it is battling during that damage calculation only, which is really, really important, okay? Next, we're playing 1 Trishula Dragon of the Ice Barrier. You generally don't go into this card too often unless you are going second, and you do need to clear the board because it is one of the harder monsters to make in our deck. But this card basically says, when this card is synchro summoned, you can banish up to 1 card each from your opponent's hand, field, and graveyard, which is really, really cool. All right, next we're playing Vermilion Dragon Mech. This is basically an easy level 9 that you can make to basically just destroy a card on the field while fueling your Chuche, because you can banish a tuner, and your Lao Laos are tuner and your Lulus are tuners as well. Next, we're playing 1 Ravenous Crocodragon Archethus. Yeah, this card says it gains 500 attack and defense for each card in your hand, and you can only use each of the following effects once per turn. So if this card is synchro summon, you can draw cards equal to the number of non-tuners used for a synchro summon. And quick effect, you can discard 2 cards and target 1 card on the field to destroy it. So generally, you go into this after you've max-seed your opponent and you have a lot of card advantage, because you can summon this, discard 2 cards, you know, pop a card, draw a card, and then attack for a lot of damage, okay? Next, we're playing Virtual World QB Shen. This is basically Dimension Shifter or Macrocosmos, or Dimensional Fissure. Basically, any card that goes from field to graveyard is banished instead, and this card is easily recurable from the graveyard, which is really powerful because not only does it come back, but you're fueling Chuche as well. Next, we're playing 1 Stellar Wind Wolfriette. This is the card that you make really early on into the combo, and it's a really good card, but generally In the main combo line that I'm going to show you, you generally don't go into it that often. This card reads, you can only control one Stellar Wind Wolf Ryet. It gains 300 attack each time another monster effect is activated, while the attack of this card is less than 4,000. Once per turn, if this card's attack is 4,000 or higher, quick effect, you can shuffle both this card and all monsters your opponent controls into the deck, okay? Next, we're playing one Baron de Fleur. Baron is really powerful because it says once per turn, I can target a card on the field and destroy it. And while face up on the field, when a card or effect is activated, you can negate the activation. It is a Omni negate, and it is really powerful. And once per turn during the standby phase, you can target one level 9 or lower monster in your graveyard, return this card to the extra deck, and if you do, special summon that monster. And we are playing a lot of 9, so it does come in handy, okay? The last card is Ultimate Zokin. You make this card with either Stardust Charge Warrior and Lao Lao, or Coral and Lily. Basically, you put this in the extra monster zone in defense position, please, and then you're going to set a card in your back row, and it will summon you Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. All right, so that's it for the deck profile. Let's move over into the combos, because this combo is kind of insane. All right, now we're into the combo portion of the video. Let's go over this combo line, and I'll talk you through it step by step. All right. First, we're going to activate Qualoon, which will activate a Chuche from our deck. Then we're going to go Lulu, target the Chuche, dumping the King Long. And then we're going to add a Lao Lao. Now we're going to go King Long effect to add ourselves the Lily, which is the last piece of our combo. We're going to dump the Palisades because we don't need it anymore. We're going to go GG, target the Chuche, dumping the Nian Nian. Then we're going to go into a Stardust Charge Warrior, which will draw us a card, and we'll draw a Call by the Grave. Then we're going to go Lao Lao, target the Chuche, dumping King Long, and then Lao Lao will summon me GG. And then Nian Nian will activate in graveyard to summon herself as a tuner. That's really important. Then we're going to go Lao Lao and the Stardust into Zokin. We're going to set the Foolish Burial, activating Zokin to summon out our Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. Then we're going to activate Foolish Burial, dumping Destrudo. We're going to go Lily, target the GG. This is really important. And we have to dump the Chuche here, okay? So we need to dump Chuche here. Don't forget that. And then we're going to go Destrudo effect, targeting the Nian Nian, summoning itself as a level 4. And then we're going to go Lily and Destrudo into a Baron de Fleur. And then we're going to go Chuche, target, it doesn't matter, turning it into a 6, and then turning it into a Shen Shen. And then we're going to go Nian effect, shuffling the Chuche back into our deck, because for Chuche to activate on the field, we only need 2 virtual ruler cards with different names, okay? Then we're going to set the Call by the Grave, and in the end phase, we're going to grab Lulu off of GG effect. So this end board is really insane because you do have an Omni negate, you have a Monster negate, you have a Pop, and then you have a Floodgate in the form of Virtual World QB Shen Shen. Alright guys, that's it for me today. If you guys enjoyed this deck profile and the combo, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment. Hit that notification bell to join the squad, and comment down below if you agree or disagree with the cards that I picked or anything that I said in this video. If you guys need any more help with the deck, please join our Discord. I'll have the links down in the description box down below. And if you guys want to go over the combo lines or some of the smaller nuances of the deck, please follow us over at twitch.tv/head-to-head battles. We're going to be streaming every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at around 8:30 p.m. EST. All right, guys. So I don't want to take up any more time out of your day. This is freaking Susu from Head-to-Head Battles, signing out.
What's up, guys? If you haven't subscribed, make sure to click that button right there in the middle.
Also, if you haven't watched that video that YouTube is recommending you, it's probably crazy, all right? Go watch it. This is Susu from Head-to-Head Battles,
Head-to-Head Battles,
signing out.